Simryn Gill, writer.
Imagine, if you will, you're at the museum, standing in front of a pile of broken glass placed on the floor. You see green, brown, and translucent shards, all with well-worn edges. Each one the kind you might take as a keepsake from beachcombing. But here, on every piece, you find a word engraved like recall, or dwindle, or mesmerize. The whole pile is an artwork called Washed Up, made from 1993 to 1995 by Simryn Gill. The artist, who was born in Singapore, divides her time between Sydney, Australia, and her hometown, Port Dickson, Malaysia. She employs a range of approaches and processes, including photography, drawing, casting objects, obtaining rubbings and exploring materials, and making installations. Gill has created several works that feature words and text. Forest is a series of 16 large-format gelatin silver prints that capture temporary installations made in the late 1990s. Installations made by grafting torn pages from books, meticulously gluing them onto trees and plants in various sites in Singapore and Port Dickson. From a distance, the lines of paper blend in like leaves or epiphytes, but the photographs are large and detailed enough so that when you look closely, you can discern some of the words. In such artworks, Gill engages the grammar of the world, making puns with material and text and things, playing with how the positioning and proliferation of terms makes possible, as well as undermines, that which moors a sense of self and meaning, revealing how language, in its largest sense, may always already be impossibly sincere, operating in that tension between culture, nature, location, and metaphor, history, and myth. If you've followed her practice over the years, you may have noticed that behind the artist, there's a writer, both in the way she uses found text, like in Forest, and also in how she produces her own writing, such as in Where to Draw the Line, first exhibited at Documenta 13 in 2012. Gill wrote a series of texts on the themes women, work, snake, house, copycat, then asked a typist to set the entire contents onto 9 scrolls of paper without any spaces between words, letters, punctuation, or lines. The 9 scrolls are placed right next to one another, and the whole thing, 105 by 189 centimeters, is encased in a simple white frame hung on a wall. More recently, for the inaugural Singapore Art Museum Fellowship, which took place from 2021 to 23, she and collaborator Charles Lim Yi Yong produced an exhibition, The Sea is a Field, and the book Shallow, published by Stollen Press. Gill and Lim note how Southeast Asia is characterized by shallow seas with depths averaging less than 100 meters, as well as by shallow time. The forest floors are composed of a thin layer of organic material that turns so quickly the past is also present. Viewers of Lim's Sumatra by the Side, a 12-hour recording of a boat journey from Singapore to Port Dickson, may find themselves oscillating between looking and drifting. In apt contrast, readers of Gill in Shallow encounter the slow unraveling of the lush lives of plant and animal, human and place, and swim in the depth and detail of time. Finally, some excerpts from the writer herself, on her pleasure for printed matter. This from the opening paragraphs of her essay for Clearing, an artwork commissioned by the Art Gallery of New South Wales in 2022. The work comprises multiple parts, including rubbings in graphite made from a tree trunk removed to make way for the new expanded campus of the gallery, as well as ink impressions of the roots of another tree found on site. Quote, I like silverfish. I have a fellow feeling with them. We have shared pleasures. In cracks and crevices, in dark, left-alone places, in dampness and humidity, and in books. They know the deliciousness of paper, the desire to disappear into books, to make a home in them. I love their trails and gullies, sinkholes and caverns, carved into the tea-colored rag paper of old books, and the dusty pink of paperbacks, and the smooth ceramic-coated heft of mid-century picture books. Warm, pulpy papers full of cellulose, real wood fiber, soft on the fingers and on the eyes. I love their left-behind desert landscapes, the feathery edges of coastlines, complete with the faux sand of paper dust, maps of pretend countries, perfect homelands. The systems and patterns of precisely formed dots and circles that any self-respecting artist would be hard-pressed not to admire, envy even. Will joining these dots tell me something, I wonder? Even an abstract picture would do. It doesn't need to be a story with a beginning, middle, and end. I imagine a cocoon-shaped hole in a text to curl up in, making a reading in which to nestle amidst all the debris.